Section 1 of Selected Poems by Iris Barry. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Ocean by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Tangle of seaweed, shut in my lover's book, you are forgotten. But when I, curious, taste you, my tongue's tip cautiously trying, finds you are salt. Quickly the great sea opens before me. I see my lover blown with the sea breeze, bending to take you. I see my lover pause before turning, you in her fingers, blown with the sea breeze. Watch the sea heaving, feel all its vastness, know it estranges. Tangle of seaweed, where did her thought fly? Thought in its vastness often estranges. Tangle of seaweed, salt to my tongue's touch, shut between pages, we are forgotten. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Flirtation by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Being in the country, a Colin made love to me, and we sat together on a great fallen tree at sunset. But the trunk being slippery, a sudden movement to touch me made him lose his balance, and falling backwards, pull me with him, so that we got up vexed and embarrassed, and quickly went home without further thought of love-making. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Cauchemar by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Waked suddenly and sitting upright, breathless in that black deep of night when time is not, heart stopped and throat clutched by a ghoulish fear, was one, striving in anguish to recall some deed, some little deed of good once done, some deed to shame with light the nameless fear, and strove in vain. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Nightfall by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. 1. At night my mother sits uncorseted, and with tired gestures combs her long hair. Her head shines in the gaslight, and she yawns, dropping many hairpins as she goes upstairs. 2. A clock ticks clearly in the very silent kitchen. The old man coughs, and, rising, going to the hearth, spits in the ashes. 3. Where my visitor sat, little ends of silk litter the floor. I like to remember that she has been in my room today. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Daughter by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. She had harboured heaped grudges, but deep for the hid money's sake, many years. And now the body, dried and sore, continually bedridden, lies at last in the coffin, and the cat, ever loathsome to the deceased, creeps in there and sleeps curled by the stockinged feet with long nails. The daughter discovering this, to her distraught mind, retaliation seems possible, and very quickly drives in the screws, working swiftly, when finished, laughing. All night the yowling of the cat, the spotted cat, continues, and the unrest of all carrion has also the laughter. At intervals, the cat's efforts for escape are renewed, becoming feebler, so the laughter. But when the neighbours, coming to nail up the box and assisting, interfere, arrive, long after dawn, all but the unrest of all carrion has ceased. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Fledgling by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The fire is nearly out. The lamp is nearly out. The room is untidy after the long day. I am here, unhappy, longing to leave the hearth, longing to escape from the home. The others are asleep, but I am here, unhappy. The fire is nearly out. The lamp is nearly out. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Impression by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The orchards are white again. There was one I knew whose body was white as they, fairer. Alas, that we drifted apart faster than pear petals fall to the ground. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Study by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Oh, carrot cat, slinking over the snow, your skin is blue, where the bitter wind ruffles your fur. Can you not find one shivering sparrow in all this white world? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Domestic by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Sometimes, having read by the fireside through a long evening, I look up. The old people apathetically are sitting, the dim eyes gazing in the past that seems so good. And then pity dews all my sight, for old age is the guerdon, the only laurels of their life. And mine, uncrowned, so far away, I cannot cry, Hail! End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Double by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Through the day, meekly, I am my mother's child. Through the night riotously I ride great horses. In ranks we gallop, gallop, thundering on through the night with the wind. But in the pale day I sit, quiet, End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Town Mouse by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. These things for today, the threat of rain, and great hasting clouds, wet soil's scent, fine cobwebs on the heather, keen air, even a park of green lawns, bare boughs, and brown sparrows. Oh, for no roof overhead, and full lungs. These things for today. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Enough has been said of Sunset by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. 1. Light, imperceptible as one thin veil drawn across blackness. Is it dawn? Comes the twitter whistle of sleepy birds. Crescendo. Now bright greyness creeping drowns the dark, and waves of sea wind rock the thin leaves. A door bangs, sharp barks from dogs released, scampering. After some silence, footsteps, and the rising bustle of people roused by the daybreak. 2. Mysterious, threatening, dawn over housetops silhouetted like crenellated battlements against light of a stage scene. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Impression by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. At night, neither joy, ambition, love, nor want in my heart. But the leaves called, and the earth called, and there was only waiting against the coming of rain, and the whipping of hair about my head. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. His Girl by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The bigger boys, gathered round the gates in the dusk, watch her walk away with their teacher. They stop shouting, somewhat astonished that she should wait for him in the cold. They do not see very much in him themselves, and stare, commiserating the stupidity of woman. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Widow by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Monica may well modulate her voice and pose as a charming and sympathetic person. Everyone knows she has had 2 husbands, and driven both to a lasting great distance. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. At the Ministry by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. September 1916. Having received the last volume of a certain poet, I look out of the office window. Coloured shirts, green, blue, red, grey. Men in coloured shirts moving heavy things with deliberation. Out there in the sun, The junior typist cries ecstatically on seeing the costly photogravure of the author, clasping her hands and flushing. But I sit and look out at the irregular wandering shirts, at the men unloading projectiles and storing them in the dark sheds. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Black Fowl by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Black fowl, perching, I have seen nothing more beautiful than your plumes. It should be pleasant to nestle luxuriously in that rich black, but there is no joy in the winking eye that watches me as you stand there perching. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. At the Hotel by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. While at table, or chatting conventionally in the drawing room, she eyes him. They are seen together everywhere, husband and wife. Nothing but her vigilance binds them. Her smoothness sickens him. She is not even successful. She may keep his body to her bed. It is easier than a scene in remonstrances. Towards dawn he turns, smiling, dreaming of a girl on the hotel staff. Already he has trifled with her in his heart. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Towards the End by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Others might find inspiration and wide content in this mellow kitchen, the beams and washed walls, flagged floor lit by the log glow. But the beetles and mice appreciate it more than I, and my mother is bored to death. She keeps putting records on the gramophone. Even grandfather, eating his supper by the jumping light from the hearth, hardly seems to enjoy his food. Very patriarchal, benign he looks. Somehow his shadow on the wall awes me in its grandeur, as though he might not be here long, and the beetles and mice come into their own very shortly. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Mutual Recriminations by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Now you have cleared away the boughs and long grass, and can look into the pool which is me. You say you are disappointed. You thought white or yellow lilies floated there. A more finished lover would have known they had vanished. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. To My Head Clerk by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Do you know what lies under the hedgerow grass stalks? Have you seen where the frogs close their bronze eyes? Has the plover screamed you a field away from her 4 eggs? Or has it been always thus, with ledgers and a buzz of nothings, End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Nishi Hongwanji by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Silence holds the stage. Neither brocade nor masks remain. Fate has dispersed those rich garments, and the fine carvings of experts are sprinkled abroad and gone, like autumn leaves stripped away. The drama itself is almost forgotten, the names of the players and of the plays, no more thought on than last year's seed flung wide and flowered in strange places. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. After Hafiz by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Dawn seemed so slow in coming. The earliest hour of morning drove me to the garden as mad as a nightingale, for the comfort of the roses. My rose loomed through the dusk like a red lamb of loveliness, proud of her youth, careless of the notes of her lovers the birds. At her feet the tulip's heart was stained with stripes of passion, and the narcissus dropped tears of envy from her dark eyes. I cried to my rose, "Lila, I too would be tranquil as your sweet silken robe, might I like it enfold you." Alas, her breast and shoulder have quite ruined my heart. I ask of the nightingales what remedy for a poor lover. Altogether they sing sadly, her sweet mouth, her desired mouth. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Lamentation by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Chrysanthemums undulate roses, and the plain leaves fall, all that is left us now. Hoarsely the flower girls cry, pale shake the street lamp lights, chilled gusts come puffing by, sigh the poor year away. All that is left us now, regrets without perfume, dead thoughts, chrysanthemums and late roses. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Virgin Moon by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Having chattered out the overbrimming of their light hearts, when the old moon had travelled over the housetops, far enough to dangle dancing shadows of leaves across their bed, veils of silence also were let down, and they slept, virgin beside virgin. The whisper of leaves outside the window filled the room long after the moon had trailed her net of shadow boughs across their dreams and was gone. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. An Unposted Letter by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. How bitter must the smile of the wise future be behind her veil! O letter of last year, can my hopes and aims, like moons, have changed so? Those dead desires, like shriveled fruits, hang, shamed, on the bough of time. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Nocturne by Iris Barry, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The veil of light slipped from the sky, only greyness, and in the valley one home light, not mine. I most remember, then, shadows of boughs, lattice-wise falling on white walls of my home beneath the moon. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Lovers' Meeting by Iris Barry, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I am irretrievably lost, bright agate her eyes, and a chasm her heart, where a few dead men worm-wriggle, corruption tossed. Oh, without warning bell, smiling at men, passes this death-cart, I am irretrievably lost, and will no more minimize what every nodding neighbour knows, but go shouting mad for love in a dark wood. Yet no wolf would, nor no raven tear, nor harm me, well aware there runs such poison through my blood as ate up Voldemar invisibly. So I am dead of her dark mesmery, though seeming whole, yet long dead of her beauty, an irremediably unburied ghost, till one day, while I am wandering in the wood, for even she can't stand the beauty of spring forever, I think she will cover her face, and fall and whimper for me, "Oh my good, my most brave lover!" Anguish and death together will take her, she shall not brave the beauty of spring forever, leaves crashing in green chords on myriad black boughs, cherry trees flinging fountains heavenwards, to the blue heaven, oh blue heaven, then, dissolving beauty, dissolving the evil that she gave to men. Then I shall shiver from a living darkness, and dissolve and fall to a sudden mess, dripping down. Will she say, "Oh my good, my most brave lover, to thy feet, thy manifold and soft white formless feet I come"? Slow white worms shall toil, all glistening, shall crawl together, through soft soil, arrive under the sweet cherry flood, till so much smooth bare whiteness, laced up in such a passion as ours then, crawling, a-crawl my snake, my poison, soft white thing, shall blanch and kill these great trees in the wood. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Love and Pride by Iris Barry, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Rubbing the steel flesh of a used heart when the acid bites again proves hardening useless. Formed like a bird, and fluttering like a great bird, wrathfully the spirit entered my room, filling it with soft wild sound, crying with sweet and incomprehensible sweetness. The restless beating and crying, attacking like oral anesthetic reft self from body, floating it to some rare place, ever crying and beating wings, crashing and folding up sense, till a flute voice, cloud-floating shadow voice from brain said, "A pale frigid child places his crystal heart against thine." That was the end and cause of vision. Some walk now past the dwelling, gazing up at the window, till I, social, look out and nod. All this while the clear eye of a pale child watches my dreams, and the wind blowing in at the window sees how I rub, polish at the steel of my used heart where the acid bites again. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Lost by Iris Barry. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. When the boy knocked at our door, looking in, we remember now that we spoke to him timidly, kept him waiting in the porch, while we busied ourselves within over a fitting reception. When we called him, we found the porch empty. Hop vines and ivy trembled there, a frame lacking its picture, nor can any tell us whether he ran along the road or the field path. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. And end of Selected Poems by Iris Barry. Thank you for listening.